Hey guys, welcome again. Um, so there's a new alien novel out by Alex White. He was the one that created Code Forge. He wrote Code Forge, which was Alien Code Forge. If you don't know that book, I can show it to you now. So Alien the Code Forge, you see the ratings. This, in my opinion, is the second best alien novel ever written. The first one, people might not agree, but the first one is, to me, in my opinion, is Alien Phallics, because he took a completely different concept. So, in my opinion, the best alien novel ever written, in my opinion, is Alien Phallics. And the reason why I say that is because, first, because of the narrator. The narrator is Bronson Pinchot. If you don't know him, he played Valky on Perfect Strangers. I know it's a long time ago, like in the 80s. So I'm like 40, okay? So he played Valky. I think his name is Valky on Perfect Strangers. He just has a great voice. That's one. In terms of, I guess, the audio book, okay? So the audio book, I definitely would pick this up. And Scott Sigler, like, he just did an excellent job. He also wrote a short story in Bug Hunt. Yeah, so Alien Bug Hunt, he wrote a short story there. But the reason why I like this one the best is because he doesn't use familiar alien tropes to try to get the reader in. Yes, there are females, and females take over at the end, right? I don't want to tell the whole story of it because he does request that you don't. It is kind of like female led, but that's the only thing that's pretty much familiar when you are reading about the alien universe in this. Like, everything is different. He turns it around, everything. Like, so if you don't notice, like, the novel that I'm reading, which is Alien's Original Sin, if you haven't went and checked out on YouTube, I'm currently reading that, so you could check that out. They always using like tropes from the other alien movies, like, to try to reel you in, like trying to remind you, oh, remember when Ripley did this, or remember when the alien did that and did this and did that. And I'm like, yo, I already know that. I don't need you to to remind me. Just tell a different story. And so they use elements from other stories to kind of pencil in stuff, and it's like, I want a completely different story. And this is what Scott Sigler did. And basically, this is what Alex White did in Code Forge. He completely turned it around, and he in some aspects, he does even better than Alien Phallics, than Scott Sigler, because there's almost nothing to say, okay, this is an alien thing. Like, the aliens are not even the scariest part of this novel. It's basically Dorian. He's the scariest. Dorian Sudler. He is just insane. Okay, it's like an American Psycho in the alien universe. Okay, so this was a great novel, but it's still my second because, this just Scott Sigler just did a little bit better. Now, that being said, Alien into Charybdis, at first I wasn't liking it. So, because right now I haven't listened to the whole novel. I've listened to a third of it. Okay, so up to chapter 11, a little bit more than a third. So I'm just giving you that. But it takes a bit to start up. Okay, so the first 2 hours, I would say, are they're a bit confusing, because the narrator, like, she's because these people are supposed to be Iranian, and then I'm like confused. Are they Iranian or are they Indian? Okay, because there's some people, it looks like that some people are Indian and then some people are Iranian. And so I had to look her up to find out, is she just like a white or Caucasian woman doing the voices of what she thinks are Iranian people. So I looked up Sharomi Arcero, and she's from London, but her ethnicity, because I could tell by her, like her nose, is Middle Eastern. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's either Middle Eastern or it's Indian. Okay, it's either one of those two. So when I'm listening to it, like it kind of confuses you a little, because I think some characters are, one character is like an Indian and the other characters are like Iranian or whatever. So that kind of turns you off in the beginnings of it. Okay, because Alex White writes complicated alien material. It's not like really simple alien stuff. Like Scott Stigler is kind of, when he writes, it's very simple. You can understand everything. There's no confusion. Okay, with Alex White, there's a lot of technology, a lot of words, a lot of lingo that you have to understand. There's a lot of things going on. So that being said, but once you get used to that, after like the first, let me see, because I'm up to chapter 11, like I told you, and this is about 13 hours, I do believe. Yeah, 13 hours, 13 minutes. And I got about 9 hours, 25 minutes left. Okay. So within the last hour and a half, or I would say 2 hours, it just went from like regular, okay, I'm walking and I'm listening, and I'm like, I'll listen to it when I got a chance, to the last 2 hours, like I can't stop. Like, it's so good. It's terrifying. It's like one, and the problem is, like, so at first, like for the first like 4 hours, I was kind of like, all right, for the first 2 hours, I was like, okay, well, I'll listen to it when I get the chance. When I'm walking, I'll listen to it and stuff like that. It didn't really scare me. It was just like, it's a woman. It starts off as a woman again, and I think she's gonna be the hero. He does use the trope of a female lead, and so I was like, okay, I'll listen to it when I get the chance. That's how I was. And then all of a sudden, like, when the Iranians, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but when the Iranians get it going, when the Americans go to prison, after that part, okay? So you bear with me and stick with the novel, okay? Once they get to the prison, from there, it's insane. And it's very frightening. It's so frightening that I have to stop listening for a minute, and I'll come back later, because that's what happens with me. Like, for instance, Alien Covenant, I had to kind of stop because it is scary. Alien Covenant is scarier than Prometheus, okay? And there's certain movies, like what's that movie that started with a C about that doll? The one I'm talking about. Vera Farmiga was in it. The Conjuring. Okay, so something like The Conjuring, that's insanely scary. I have to watch it in segments. I can't watch the whole thing like at once, because it's so frightening, right? And this is how Alien into Charybdis, it gets crazy after they hit the jail. And this guy's a genius. I don't know. He must love aliens or something. Like, he tells an excellent story. His storytelling ability is off the chain. You have to buy this novel. Okay, so this novel it's insane. It's scary. You have to buy it. That's all I can say. If you're into audiobooks, I can know when it's just gonna go uphill from there. Even though I haven't finished it, okay? You just know. Okay, there's a scene in there that's just insane. I can't say it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But once that jail happened, once the ship comes, it is terrifying. This is a terrifying novel. It's hard to listen to in the evening. It's terrifying. And Alex White and Alien into Charybdis and his Code Forge, they need to be made. What I would suggest is they need to be made into movies. Somebody got to create a petition for this guy. His movies need to be made in, because I think what they need to do is make like an HBO special. Like you make an HBO and you call it Aliens, okay? And then the first season would be Alien into Charybdis. The second season is Alien the Code Forge. The third season would be Aliens Phallics. Like, you need to do that because these audio books are insanely awesome. This is my third best one, is Alien Isolation. But at the rate that this one is going, this might be my third or second one. I haven't finished, so I don't know. So yeah, get this novel. It's great. You know, the reviews, you kind of gotta ignore some of the reviews because you just always got haters. You got people that just hate for no reason. Friends, but extremely feminine female voice for a bunch of male men. Who cares if her voice is a girl? I don't care. It's still good. She reads it good. Like, I understand what he's trying to say. Like, because he's like, hey, I'm doing this. The way she talks with a male voice is kind of funny, but it's good. Okay? It's entertaining, but not great. I disagree with that. I think this is a great novel. If you're on the side or you're on the fence about getting it, I'm telling you to get it, because after the 2-hour mark, it's done. It's like it's you can tell. I can tell. Okay, and I'm going back to listen to it now. Okay, so definitely one of my favorites now. Would recommend to any Alien Alex White fan. Okay, so the guy needs his own series. That's all I have to say. He needs his own series. Fox, whoever owns the Alien franchise, give this guy his own series. He's a genius, okay? And that's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm out. Please like and subscribe. Peace.